Hi everyone, welcome to Financial Management class. Let us continue our discussion on discounted payback method. Today we will see how we can estimate discounted payback method using an example. From the following information, calculate the discounted payback period for a project. Initial investment rupees 8 lakh. Discount rate 12%. Expected cash inflows from the project. First year rupees 2 lakh 50,000. Second year rupees 4 lakh. Third year rupees 3 lakh. And fourth year rupees 4 lakh 50,000. So this is the problem. We have to find out the discounted payback period. So from the problem we can understand that initial investment, that is the cash or the cost of the project, is rupees 8 lakh. That is cash outflow. Then cash inflows are given for the next 4 years. Since we have to find out discounted payback method, all these cash flows are converted into their present value using a discount rate of 12%. So the answer, cash outflow rupees 8 lakh. Then inside the table we have to write all the cash inflows for the given 4 years. Then we have to find out the present value factor at the rate of 12%. This we can take from the tables. So for the first year, present value factor is 0.893. Second year 0.797. Third year it is 0.712. Fourth year 0.636. So after that we have to find out the present value of each cash inflow. The first year present value of cash inflow is 2,50,000 multiplied by 0.893, which comes 2,23,250. Second year present value is 4 lakh multiplied by 0.797, which comes 3,18,800. Similarly, third year 3 lakh multiplied by 0.12, so 2,13,600. Fourth year 4,50,000 multiplied by 0.636 equal to 2,86,200. Now we have to find out the cumulative cash inflow. So in fact, we have to find out the cumulative cash inflow of the present value of all the cash inflows. So we will consider only the data in the fourth column, not in the second column. So cumulative cash inflow first year 2,23,250. Second year 2,23,250 plus 3,18,800. So each year we have to add the present value of cash inflow. So the second year cumulative is 5,42,050. Third year to 5,42,050 rupees we have to add 2,13,600. So which comes 7,55,650. And the last year we have to add 7,55,650 plus 2,86,200, that is 10,41,850. So cumulative cash inflow is given and the table is completed. Now we have to find out the payback period. The equation is same as the previous method. Payback period is equal to Y plus B by C, where Y is the year preceding the final year of recovery, B is the balance amount and C is the cash inflow during the year of final recovery. So first we will find out Y. How to find out Y? So cash outflow is given as 8 lakh. So we have to find out when we can get back this 8 lakh rupees invested in this project. So from the cumulative cash inflow table we can see that we can get 8 lakh in the fourth year only, because in the third year we will get a total sum of 7,55,650 only, not 8 lakh. So it is less than 8 lakh. So the next year is the final year of recovery. So final year of recovery is 4, Y is year preceding that. So 3 is the year preceding that. So Y is equal to 3. Next, balance amount B is equal to, in fact we have to get 8 lakh, but after 3 years we will get only 7,55,650. So 8 lakh minus 7,55,650 is equal to 44,350. And C, that is a cash inflow during the year of final recovery. That is the fourth year cash inflow. Since this is discounted cash flow technique, we should take only the present value of cash inflow. So present value of cash inflow is 2,86,200. So C is 2,86,200. So in this calculation, we have to consider only the present value of cash inflow, not the cash inflow column. That is the only difference from the traditional payback method. So substituting the values, we get payback period is equal to 3 plus 44,350 divided by 2,86,200. That is 3 plus 0.15. That is equal to 3.15 years. Payback period is 3.15 years. So hope you understood the concept. Let us conclude.